Hello and welcome back to RuneScape 3. Today I wanted to actually try a video where I'm going to test out maybe 10 or so different ways to make money in Burthorpe. And here we are right up here. We're in the starting town. We're on a free-to-play account. So we're just going to be able to make money right around here. So let's get into it. And I'm going to, there'll be like chapters at the bottom so you can skip ahead. Cool. Also, let me know in the comments if you have anything around Burthorpe that I don't get to, or if any of these are kind of surprising to you as far as the gold per hour. So far I've done a few of these, and they're pretty surprising to me. So the first test, it's going to be very simple. I'm just going to cut down regular trees. I do have a steel axe, but you're going to get to that point fairly quickly as well. And I'm going to get 100 wood, and I'm going to put them in this box. You'll start off with like a oak box at first, I think, or maybe just a regular wooden box. But you'll be able to get 100 on you at a time. Don't, run back and forth. So here we go. And it's going to include the time running back and forth. I'm not going to record the whole thing, but you get the idea. And the timer's started. And I'm just going to get 100 of these. Now I have a steel axe. You'll be able to, this is a free-to-play account. I just really want to see how much gold we can get per hour right now. You're going to be chopping a little bit slower, but you're going to get up to this point very quickly. So I'm going to do this, and I'll be right back. For you guys, it'll be just a click away. All right, that didn't take long at all. Let's see how much time is on the clock. 8 minutes. 7 minutes and 53 seconds. I even grabbed a piece of oak as well. So 8 minutes, we're going to call it to the bank. Done deal. You can stop the timer. Pressure's off. And let's take this. And I got the oak just to show you. Here's you can right click and push examine. 1115, so 1100. So I really shouldn't be using oak. And what we'll do is empty all those. 100. These are selling for 1500. So let me do some math and I'll be right back. We'll even do it together. So that was 100 over 8 minutes. So that's 60 minutes divided by 8. Divided by 8 minutes. Is going to be 7.5, and then times 100, and then times 1500. So how much gold? 1.125 million per hour just chopping down trees. And here's the good thing: all those logs will get bought up endlessly. There's tons of logs being bought. So let's move on to the next step here. And I just looked up the prices on the Grand Exchange Tracker. The prices ranged from 1,300 to 1,600 over the last 6 months. You're going to be in good shape, and anywhere roughly 100,000 of these get traded each day. So your 750, if you do this for an hour, will get bought up very, very, very quickly. So no worries there. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, for this next test, I went in and I grabbed one of each of these in the mine right here, and we're looking at price of 575. You could combine it with this tin ore to make a bronze, but I was looking at the prices. Iron ore actually stood out to me. It's not as valuable as silver ore at 970 versus 1,050, but the difference in volume is dramatic. I mean, we're looking at sometimes 1 million a day of these or sell, so it's going to be very consistent, whereas something like this, it's a lot less. Something like sometimes 30,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, I'm going to mine 100 of these, and then we're going to put them in a bronze box. And you just make the boxes right here. Once you get once you get some bronze by smelting this and this together into a bronze bar, I think it costs like 6 of them. You can make a bronze box, then you upgrade it to iron and then steel. But even with a bronze box, you're going to be able to be fine and go in there and just keep filling it up. So let's test that next. Let's start the timer up. And we're going to go in, and if you haven't mined before, sometimes a little like sparkly thing happens on the mine over here. This is the bronze or the copper on the right, the tin on the left, and the iron is right back over here. No problem. So not the gem rocks. And I'm going to actually, if something pops up like that one right there, then I'm going to swing over here. And this is a steel pick, so I'm going to go faster. You're going to get to this point very quickly, to the point where you'll have steel as well. Few hours into the game, and you'll be doing this as well. So I'm going to let this timer go, and I'm going to keep on trying to pay attention and not mess up here. I'll fill up 100 of these and I'll be right back. Also, if you're not aware, this yellow bar, if it goes too low, then it's going to slow you down a lot. So you just click the same one again, it resets it, and you're good to go. And then you can click this mid swing too, and it just keeps on filling up the box. All right, that's 100, and we're just getting up to, it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds, 35, and we'll call it 840. And then there's another step to this. At this point, you're probably going to want to come over here because, well, for one thing, we're going to dump everything in there. So you're going to come in here, and then you're going to have a choice. Let's just do one just to test it. And let's see, iron bars right there, just one. Let's see what happens here, just one. Just to look at the price. And then we're going to start our timer again. So, examine the price. Double the price, guys. More than double. So, let's see what we'd do. We'd have this on us. This is kind of a pain. This is kind of a pain, but let's put this back in here. Let's assume we'd only have, these two spots open to us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we'll dump all those in there. And it looks like I'm one shy now. I thought I had 101. Oh, we're doing two at a time. So now I have to decide. 1 second. We have to decide if it's worth it. This will get us 50 of these, but we're going to find out how long it actually takes. So 840 was the time just to do a raw dump, and then we'll look at that, and then we'll put the irons in there too. We'll compare the two. So I'm going to start that and begin project. I'm going to do all of these up. So we'll get up to 50 of them, and then I'm going to time it. So we're going to begin the project, and I'll start the timer again. And I'll come back when all these are smelted up. Okay, we even got some bonus ones. I won't count that, but you're gonna have your 50 bars. It took us another minute and 40 seconds to smelt all those. As your smithing or smelting gets better, you'll be able to do that a little bit quicker, I assume. And then same thing with the steel hammer or the steel pick. You're going to be able to mine these quicker, but eventually you're going to be to this very early on where you're going to have a steel pick. So let's do the math, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have 60 minutes. We're going to say it's 30 seconds, a little bit slower each time, but no problem. We're going to say it take 11 minutes to do it. Divided by 11. So every 5.45, we can get that many. We can do that. We can do 50 of them times 50 in an hour. And then we're going to multiply that by 2,440. Current price is 664. We'll call it 665,000 gold per hour if we were to just sell them like that. All right, let's look into this a little bit more, and then I'll record it. Okay, from the looks of things, that's about half as good as just cutting down trees. So we're going to go on to the next thing. The next thing we're going to be testing are the sheep, and we're going to be making cloth. So let's give it a shot. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running back and forth, and I actually have to, fill up an inventory, come over here and drop it off. So let's give that a shot. So I'm going to start the test in a second here, and we're going to be running back and forth. And what I'll do is I'll see how long it takes me to get one decent inventory's worth. It won't be a full one because how they break down, and then we'll figure it out from there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start the timer right now. And we're going to come over here. That's a lot of fires. We're going to come right in here. And even if there's somebody in here, it doesn't really matter. We'll be able to do this together. So we're going to fill up an inventory of this. And then I'll be right back when that's done. And then I'm going to see what we're going to do with that. It doesn't take any special skills or items. Should be on your tool belt, the shears. You just look for these guys. We're going to chop them up. And we're just going to keep on doing that until it's full. And then I'm going to do the next step. That took about a minute and a half. If somebody else is there, you can world hop and do that, but we're going to keep going. It's part of the process here. And we're going to turn all these into string. Ball of wool, not string, sorry. And the current value is 914. So these should be a little bit more valuable, twice as much. Nice. We're going to do one more stage after this, I believe. Because the value of this is how much? Let's find out. 1800, 1900. We're going to do the whole, one full round of this, and then we're going to multiply it out if we're going to do it for 1 hour total. We want to find out how much gold per hour. We're still kicking along, and then the next step is we're going to do it at the loom. We might even do I think it might be okay to do one, like half a stack, because this is going to get reduced by half. I think it's going to be worth it. Just come over here. And then we click those, and we craft that. See how it reduces down? So I'm gonna go pick some more wool after, off the sheep. And then we're gonna, once I get back to the bank, that's when I'm gonna stop the timer. And I'm trying to do things that have tons of volume on the market, so that, you're not gonna, some things could sell for a lot right off the bat, but you're like, but wait a second, it's not really a good representation if you can't sell it. I want to be able to sell this stuff immediately. And once we get back here, we're going to push the button, and it looks like we're going to call it's 5:13. We're going to stop it at 5. We'll call it 5.5 minutes for this much. So let's do the math, and we'll do that next. All right, those are 5,000 coins each. Oh, wait, pick that up. Oh, don't lose it. 5,000 coins each. And let's bring up the calculator. All right, so 60 minutes divided by, we'll be even nice. We'll give you an extra, make it 6 minutes to get all these. Divided by 6 is 10. And how many of these did we get? We got, looks like 21 of them. So times 21, 210, times 5,000. 5,000, I think so, ish. Not bad, guys. That's over $1 million per hour doing these, and that's with, quite a bit to spare. Actually, 45 seconds. Let's do that if you can do it at the real time. If you're just running back and forth, no fails. 1 second. Let's do that. Clear everything. Just out of curiosity. You're really trying hard, and we're doing this the right way. Let's see. We had 60 minutes divided by 5.25 for 5 minutes and 15 seconds times 21 times 5,000. You got down to it. Got really good. 1.2 million per hour, guys. And what's the price on that? Yeah, 1.2 million per hour doing this. Not bad at all. Let me record that on the Excel spreadsheet. Very cool. Alright, just to settle my curiosity, I'm going to spend 10 minutes killing chickens. I'll bury the bones, and then I'll also, I'm just going for the feathers. I'll end up with a stack of chicken meat as well. But here we go, 10 minutes of just feathers, and then we'll test it out. Alright, the timer is started, and let's get in here and do some chickens here. And I'm just going to be, once you open up the thing in here, should be okay. Let's see. Once I click this, we'll loot all. We'll just keep on going like this. I'll see you in a bit. And I realized you could do it maybe with some kind of AoE and it'd be better than this. But at first, maybe it'll start out and you can't one-shot the chickens, but we'll see. And we can actually do it for 5 minutes. There's no reason to do it for 10. It's just the same thing, so. Alright, so we got this much, and we'll take all that. Let's go see how much we actually made from this. Okay, the current price for the feathers, 33. That's pretty stable. It spiked up to 39, but we'll call it 33 in the last 6 months. But it's been very stable at 33, and there's millions of these being sold a day. So we'll take a look at this one. 2,100. We'll call it 2,100 for the chickens, and we'll say it's a 6 minutes. We stopped at 5, but we'll say 6 minutes to run up here if you want to deposit the chickens. So a loadout like this, you could do it 10 times. Let's do the math. We were also able to keep up with the bones as well. So now we have chickens, 27 of them. 27 times 2100, I think. Times 2100. 56,000 times 10. 567,000 for the chickens, and those will sell really fast as well. Uncooked. If you cook them, then they're going to be worth less. 567,000, and then we got 280 times 10 times 33. This isn't going to be very... Yeah, so 687 plus 92. 687 plus 92. 780,000 gold per hour doing this. Not bad. You get to bury the bones, and then probably the value is in the chickens. But you got a lot of feathers. The value's in the chickens. Interesting. So I'm going to record that on the spreadsheet, and we'll go on to the next one. And because I'm curious, I'm going to find out how much the these kind of the regular leather, not the hardened leather. This one sells for 1,500 per. So I'm gonna kill cows for 5 minutes, or actually I'm gonna kill them until I get a full inventory of just those, and then tan them, and we'll see how long it takes. And I'm gonna add 1 minute for a run back and forth. Let's do that now. Easy stuff, and I'm gonna be picking up the arrows and these, not the meat stuff. And you know, you're going to be slower at the beginning, and then you're going to get to the point where you're almost one-shotting these cows, and I don't mind getting the experience. I'll just pick up this stuff. We'll see how long it takes. All right, that's about 4 minutes. We'll add another minute on for the you know, to walk back and forth and walk over here, so we'll call it 5 minutes to get a full inventory. We got one of these too, so that's not a... And then make sure you click this and not that. We're going to be selling these. You can also craft, use these to craft, and you'll get quite a bit. So we got 28 in 5 minutes, and we'll do the math here in a second. But you can also craft and get, you know, quite a bit of EXP doing this. But if you want to craft and not spend and not use this on here, let's see how much. Yeah, you get 25 per. Let's just do a quick one here. Yep, 25 EXP per. Not bad. So 5 minutes, let's do the math. The price is 1573, we'll call it 1570. And let's see. All right, so it was 28. It was 5 minutes, so that's times 12 for a full hour. And it was 1570, I believe. 1570. You can make 500. We'll call it 500,000 per hour. Not bad at all. For leather, crafted leather. Nice. I didn't expect it to beat the other ones at all. And it looks like you can get even more if we were to craft these into 30 EXP per, to craft them into these. I don't think these sell for much. No. But, you know, if you just want to just do that, I wouldn't even bother trying to sell these on the market because, you know, it's. I'll probably vendor these off or something. Not bad. 525,000 per hour for the cows with their leather. And now here's the summary of everything in a nice Excel spreadsheet. So let's take a look at that. There we go. And I plan to do this for each area and just kind of expand my knowledge and share this with you guys as well. So it looks like cloth at 1.2 million. But I think the actual easier thing would just be to do the logs. Just the boring old logs. Yeah, I think I could just chop all those trees. There's plenty of trees. You just run around hitting trees, not the oaks. And you're going to get your logging up. Not bad at all, guys. But if you want to do this with crafting, that would help with the crafting too. So if you need crafting, go here. If you need wood cutting, go there. Smithing, That's not that good at 658. Chickens, it's going to be tempting to cook them yourself. And this one is not good as far as trying to sell that. Nice. So I think there's better crafting options than going this route. It would probably be better to go the cloth and making cloth and then actually selling it, and you could craft it and sell it. So I think that's way better than this, but not the cow way. Cool. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Very cool, guys. I learned a lot just making this myself. Nice. Also, if this is the end of the video, it might like put up stuff around it, so I'll talk for a little bit, and I don't know, we'll look around for 20 seconds. That way it won't be over the screen. Otherwise, yeah, that would be bad. I think it needs like 20 or 30 seconds, so I guess we'll walk around. Oh, I did test rabbits. I tested crayfish. Those weren't even worth, the rabbit food, cooked rabbit food. Nope. A few other things I tested as well, but they weren't that good. Even the gems weren't that good. So this is what we're going to go for. Not bad. Enjoy, guys.